Hello all. We have already discussed the concept of binary search tree in previous lecture. So in this lecture we are going to talk about the operations that can be performed in binary search tree. So starting with the traversal operation, but before that let's see if the given tree is a binary search tree or not. So we all can see it's a binary tree because the number of children any node is having, it is 0 or 1 or 2, not more than this. So it is a binary tree. But to verify if it is a binary search tree or not, we have to check if the left part is having all the node values which are lesser than the node value, and right part will have all the node values which are greater than the node value. So starting with the root node, it is having a value of 60. If we look at the left portion or the left subtree of 60, then it is having all the nodes which are less than 60. Similarly, if I talk about 41, then left of 41 is having two nodes 16 and 25, and they both are less than 41. If we talk about 16, then its left part is null, but it is having a right child, and its right child is equals to 25, which is greater than 16. So in such a way we can check the property for each and every node, and you can see the properties they are satisfied for each and every node. So the given tree, it is actually a binary search tree. Now when we say traversal, so traversal mean we have to visit each and every node of a tree. When we talk about binary search tree, then we have a parent node, a left child and a right child. So depending upon the position of the parent node in the traversal, there are three kinds of traversal, and they are pre-order traversal, in-order traversal and post-order traversal. Pre-order traversal mean we are visiting the parent node first, then we are visiting the left child, followed by visiting the right child. In-order traversal mean we are visiting the parent node in between the two children. Post-order traversal mean we have to visit both the child nodes first, and then only we can visit the parent. So these are the three traversals which we have to study. So let's say this is the binary search tree, and we have to visit this binary search tree in pre-order traversal manner. So pre-order traversal, that means we have to visit the parent first, then we have to visit left, and then we have to visit right. So starting with the root. For all the operations, we have to start from the root because that is the only node that can be accessed. In order to access any other node, we have to traverse downwards, and in order to traverse downwards, the pointer to the root is required. So we will start with the root node. So pre-order, that means we will visit the parent first. So parent node is 60. After visiting the parent node, I have to first visit the left part completely in pre-order manner. Then we can visit the right subtree in pre-order manner. As far as the visiting of left subtree and right subtree is considered, then it is a rule we have to visit the left subtree first, then only we can visit the right subtree. And this sequence is maintained in all the three traversals. You can observe left, then right, here left, parent, right, left, right and parent. So starting with the pre-order traversal again. So we have visited the 61st, so accordingly we have placed 60 here. Then we have to visit left subtree. So 41 is the parent node, so it has to be visited first. So we have visited 41. Then before visiting right of 41, we have to completely visit left of 41. So we have reached node 16. 16 is a parent node, so after 41 we will visit 16. Then 25 will be visited after we have visited the left part of 16. But in this particular case, left of 16 is null. So we will put nothing. We will directly switch to the node 25, and since 25 is the leaf node, there is no left child and right child, so 25 will be visited. After that, we have visited the left portion of 41 completely. Then we can start with the right subtree of 41. So we will reach 53. 53, it is a parent node, so we will visit it first as it is a pre-order traversal. Then we have to visit the left part of 53 completely. So we will reach node 46. It is a parent, so 46 will be visited. Then we will move to left of 46, which is 42. So we have visited 42. 42 is a leaf node, so we are done. Then we have reached 46 again, but now we have to visit the right of 46. Right of 46 is null. So we have completed with the left subtree of 53 now. I can now move to the right of 53, which is a single node 55. So after 42 we have visited 55. So once we have visited 55, that means we have visited the left subtree of 60 completely. Now we have to visit the right subtree of 60. So after 55, we will reach 74. It is a pre-order traversal, so parent has to be visited first. So we have written 74 here. Now we have to visit the left subtree of 74 in pre-order manner. So again 65 is a parent, 65 will be visited. Left of 65 will give us this subtree. 63 is a parent node, so 63 will be visited. Then left of 63 is 62. We have visited 62. Then right of 63 will be visited, that is 64 will be visited. With this we have completely visited the left subtree of 65. Now we can visit the right subtree of 65, which is a single node 70. So after visiting 70, we have completed with the left subtree of 74. Now we can visit the right subtree of 74, which in this case is null. So we have to stop. So hence we will obtain the pre-order traversal of the given tree. Now next comes the in-order traversal. In-order traversal mean we have to visit left child completely first, then we can visit the parent and followed by the right subtree. So again we will start with root node, but since we are following an in-order traversal, so we cannot visit 60 first. Instead we have to first completely visit the left subtree. So we will reach 41. Again it is a parent, we have to move to left. Now 16 is there, 16 is a parent, we will move to left, but left of 16 is null. Since it is null, I can visit the parent now. So 16 will be visited. So first node in order traversal, it comes out to be the leftmost child in the tree, that is 16 in this case. Now we have visited the parent, we can visit the right subtree now. So after 16 we will visit 25. So we have completely visited the left of 41. So we can visit the parent now. So after 25, 41 will be visited. We will reach the right subtree. 53 is parent, move to left. 46 is parent, move to left. 42 is there but it is having 0 child. So we will visit 42. Then we have to visit the parent, that is 46, and its right is null. So 42 followed by 46, and then with this we have completed left of 53. So we can visit the parent now, which is 53. So after 46 we have visited 53. Then we have to visit right. In a right we have a leaf node, that is 55 with no children. So after 53 we will directly visit 55. So now we have visited the left subtree completely. We can visit the parent, that is 6060. So after 55 we have visited 60. Now moving to the right subtree. 74 is a parent, move left. 65 is a parent, move left. 63 parent, move left, and then we have reached 62. So after 60 we have visited 62. followed by parent 63, and then right of 63 is 64. So we have visited left of 65 completely. Now we can visit 65 followed by 70. So accordingly we have 65 and then 70, and lastly 74 will be there because we have visited the left subtree of 74. So we have to visit the parent, that is 74, and its right is null. So in this way we have followed the in order traversal for the given tree, and this is the required sequence. So one point which we all have to observe is, if we have a correct binary search tree, then in order traversal of the binary search tree will always give me a sorted sequence, and that sorted sequence is in ascending order. So lastly, we have to discuss the post order traversal. Post order, that means we have to visit left subtree first, followed by right subtree, and then lastly we can visit the parent. So for the given subtree, again we have to start with the root. It is a parent, move to left. 41 is parent, move to left. We reach 16. 16 is parent, move to left, but its left is null. So we have to first visit the right subtree now before visiting the parent. So first node which we will visit is 25. So we have visited 25. Then I can visit the parent, that is 16. So we have visited left of 41. Now we have to visit right of 41. Then we can visit the 41. So we have reached 53. It is having a left portion, so we will reach 46. Left of 46 is 42. So after 16 we have to visit 42. Now before visiting 46 we have to visit its right subtree. So right subtree is null, so after 42 we will visit 46. So here we have visited 46. So we have completed with the left of 53. Now we have to visit right of 53, that is a single node 55. So we have visited 55. Then we can visit the parent. So we will visit 53. Now we have visited left of 41 as well as right of 41. So now we can visit 41. So after 53 we have visited 41. Now we have visited left of 60. First we have to visit right of 60 now before visiting 60. So we have reached 74, its left is there. So 65, move to left, 63, we have reached 62. So after 41 we have visited 62. Then we have to visit 64 first. So we have visited 64, and then we have visited left as well as right children of 63. So we can now visit 63. So we have visited left of 65 completely. Now we have to visit right. So after 63 we will visit 7070, and then we can visit the parent 65. So after 63 we have 7070 and then 65. So we have visited left of 74, since right of 74 is null. So after 65 we can visit 74. So we have visited 74. So now we have visited left completely as well as right of 60 completely. So we can visit the root node, that is 6060. So with this we have finished the post order traversal for the given tree. So let's take one more example and then we will look at the implementation. So let's say this is a binary search tree. So pre-order traversal, we have to visit parent followed by left and then right. So in this case 16 followed by 8, then 25, its left is null. So 42, left is null. 62, then 49 and then 58. In order, that means left parent followed by right. So we have left 8, parent is 16, then we have to visit right. So 25, left is null, so 25 will be visited. We will reach 42, left is null, so 42 can be visited. Then we have reached 62, so its left is 49, left of 49 is null, so after 42 we have to visit 49 followed by right, that is 58. Then we have visited left of 62, so we can visit 62 now. and its right is null, so we are done. And again the in order traversal has given us the sorted sequence. And then lastly we have to follow the post order traversal, that means left followed by right and then lastly the parent. So we have to visit 8, then we have to visit right completely. 25 left is null, move to right. 42 left is null, move to right. 62 move to left. 49 move to left, it is null, so we will visit the right of 49 now. So after 8 we have visited 58, then we have to visit parent, that is 49. Right of 62 is null, so we can visit 62. We will reach 42, we have visited right completely and there is no left. So after 62 we have visited 42. Same is the case with 25. Left is null, right is visited completely, visit 25, and lastly we have to visit the root node, that is 16. So in this way, provided any binary search tree, I can write down the 3 traversals. And kindly note, if the binary search tree is correct, then in order traversal will always give us the sorted sequence. So looking at the implementation now. So we can implement traversal either with the iterative approach or with the recursive approach. In the slides, we are going to discuss the recursive approach. So starting with the pre-order traversal. Pre-order traversal, that means visit the parent followed by left child and then the right child. So here is a function which is accepting a node which is to be visited. We have to proceed only if this node is existing. So if temp is not equals to null, then we have to first visit the parent. Visiting the parent, that means we have to simply print its data. So print the data. After this, we have to first visit the left subtree in pre-order manner. So we are calling the same function pre-order on the left child of temp. And then once we have visited the left child completely, we have to visit the right child of temp in pre-order manner. So if this is the given tree, we can easily get its pre-order traversal. It comes out to be 41, then 16, then 25, 53, 46, 42, and then 55. If I look at the execution, then we have to start with the root node. So pre-order will be called for the root node first with temp data equals to 41. So we have printed 41 because 41 is not null. After that, we will call the pre-order function for the left child. So left of 41 is 16. So 16, yes, it is existing, it is not null. So 16 will be printed. Then we have to call pre-order for the left of 16 first. So left of 16 is null. So function will not be executed. We have returned back to this point now. Now we have to execute pre-order on the right of 16 first. So accordingly, pre-order will be called for right of 16, that is 25. The node is existing, so we have to visit the parent and then call pre-order for the left of 25 as well as for the right of 25. Since they both are null, so nothing will happen. After this, we have completed the left subtree of 41. Now we have reached the point where temp is equals to 41. So we have to call the pre-order procedure for right of 41 now. So pre-order will be called for right of 41, that is 53. So 53 is present, it is not null. So 53 will be printed. Then we will call pre-order for left of 53 first. So 46 node will be there. It is existing, so 46 will be printed. Then we have to call pre-order for left of 46, that is 42. So pre-order for 42, it will print 42. Since 42 is a leaf node, so two pre-order calls for the left and right of 42 will be there, but they both are null, so nothing will happen. After this, we have visited left of 46. Now right of 46 for null will be called as right of 46 is not existing. Now we have finished with the left of 53. So right of 53, that is 55. So pre-order will be called for the right of 55. It is present. 55 will be printed and then 55 is a leaf node. So two null calls will be there but nothing will happen in this. In a similar way, if I look at the implementation for an in-order traversal, in order that means we have to visit the left child followed by the parent and then lastly the right child. So everything is same, we have to simply change the sequence of execution of the function. So in order, I have to first call the in order function for the left child. Once we have visited the left child, we can print the data of the parent and then we have to call the in order procedure for the right child. So same example, here's the stepwise execution of the function for the given example. You can execute it on your own, and in case of any issue, do ask me. In a similar way, if we talk about a post order traversal, that means we have to visit left followed by right and lastly the parent. So accordingly, the code goes like this: post order for the left child, post order call for the right child, and then we have to visit the parent, that is print the data. So again, for the same example, we have executed the post order procedure. Try to execute it at your own end, and in case of any doubts, do ask me. So with this, we have completed the traversals in binary search tree. There is one more traversal, that is level order traversal. You can try to attempt it at your own. We are not going to discuss it in the course. So next function which we have to discuss is the search operation. Search operation, that means we are provided with the binary search tree, we are provided with a key value, and we have to find if a particular node is existing in the binary search tree or not. So again, it's a search procedure, so it can either be a successful search or it can either be a unsuccessful search. So let's say this is a binary search tree and we are trying to search for a node 100. So start with the root. So we cannot update the root pointer, so we will take a temp. So temp, initialize it to root. So temp data, it is equals to 60. First step, we will check if temp data is equals to 100 or not. Since it is not equals to 100, we will check if temp data is less than 100 or greater than 100. In this case, temp is greater than 100. No. Temp is less than 100. Yes. So temp will be updated to right of temp, because if 100 is existing in the binary search tree, then it should be present somewhere at the right of root node, because root is 60, which is less than 100. So we have reached the node 74. So again, is 74 equals to 100? No. Is 74 greater than 100? No. Is 74 less than 100? Yes. So we have to move temp to temp, right of temp. So in this case, right of temp is null. So we have to stop and report that the search is unsuccessful. So at any moment of time, if we are reaching a null node, that means the key is not existing in the tree. So we will take one more example. Let's say we are searching for 53. So again, we have to start with root. We will compare 53 and 60. Is 60 is equals to 53? No. Is 53 less than 60? Yes. So we will move to left. Is 41 is equals to 53? No. Is 41 greater than 53? No. Is 41 less than 53? Yes. So we will move right. So we have reached the node 53. Then we will check, is 53 equals to 53? Yes. So it's a successful search. We have to stop. So the stopping condition will be if we are reaching a null node, or if we are reaching a node whose value is equals to the value we are searching for. So this is what the search operation in binary search tree. As far as the implementation of searching is considered, again we can either go with the iterative procedure or with the recursive procedure. We are going to discuss both in this lecture now. So here is the recursive procedure in order to perform a search operation in binary search tree. So the procedure name is tree search and it is accepting two input arguments. First one is x, which is nothing but a node, and another one is the value we are searching for, and it is stored in variable k. In either of the case, that is successful or unsuccessful, this procedure is going to return the node of a binary search tree. So as we already discussed that the termination point will be if we are reaching a null node or if we are reaching a node whose key value is equals to the value we are searching for. So we are searching for k and key, which is nothing but the data part of a node. So if the data stored in node x, it is equals to the value of k, we have to return, or if we have reached a null node, then also we have to return. Line number 1 gives us true, then only return will take place. Otherwise, we have to perform the search operation either in the left part of the node x or in the right part of the node x. In order to make this decision, we have to compare the node value with the value we are searching for, that is k and x dot key. So if value we are searching for is less than the node value, definitely we have to move towards the left subtree of x. So accordingly, we have called the procedure again for the left subtree of x and for the same value k. And if line number 3 gives us false, then we have to call the search procedure for the right subtree of x, that is x dot right, for the value k. So this is a simple recursive procedure in order to perform search operation. The equivalent iterative procedure for search, it is very simple. So again, we know the termination criteria, and that is if x reaches null or if the value of node equals to k. If either of the two conditions have reached, then we have to terminate. So accordingly, we have to return. But if first condition as well as second condition, they both are giving us true, that means the node is not equals to null as well as the node's value is not equals to the value we are searching for, then we have to continue with the search procedure either with the left subtree or with the right subtree. In order to make a decision, the condition is same. We have to compare the node value with the value to be searched. If value we are searching for is less, then x will be updated to left subtree of x. Otherwise, x will be updated to right subtree of x. So both the procedures, they are very simple. And as far as the iterative tree search procedure is considered, it is accepting the same input arguments, that is the node as well as the key value, and it will return the node. Looking at the running time of these two procedures, then it comes out to be order of height of a tree. That means we are starting from the root node and we are traversing the complete tree for its height. So that case will happen if, for example, in this, we start from the 60, that is the root node, and we perform a search for 42 or 62 or 64. So in that case, we will start with 60 and we will traverse the complete path till 42. Similarly, if we search for 62, we will start with 60 and then we will go to 74, 65, 63 and 62 or 64. So in all the three cases, we are traversing the tree from the root till the depth of the tree. And in this case, depth of the tree, it comes out to be 4, and we have already seen that height of a tree, it is nothing but the maximum depth of a tree, and hence the running time of these two procedures. Next, here are some examples. The same example which I have discussed for the binary search tree, that is we are searching for 100, that will be an unsuccessful search, and we are searching for 53. So here we have the stepwise execution of the recursive procedure for both the examples. Try to execute these procedures at your own end. I'm not going to discuss it here, although all these steps are included in these videos. So you can go through it and try to dry run the code for both the cases. So here is the recursive tree search procedure for the search of 100. And here is the recursive tree search procedure in order to search 53 in this binary search tree. In a similar way, all these steps which will get executed by the iterative tree search procedure in order to search for 100 as well as to search for 53, they are also included in this video. I suggest You can pick any binary search tree and try to dry run these procedures on it in order to get what is actually happening. Because once you understand the concept, it would be very easier for you to implement the things actually at your end. So this is all about the search procedure in binary search tree. Now the last two operations which we are going to discuss today is the minimum operation and the maximum operation. That means in order to find the minimum value in a binary search tree or to find a maximum value in a binary search tree. So if we look at any binary search tree, then based on the property that if a value is less, then it will go to the left subtree. Similarly, if a value is greater, then it will go to the right subtree. So based on these properties, we can easily say the minimum will be there at the left hand side and maximum will be there at the right hand side only. So in order to get the minimum element in a binary search tree, what one has to do? One has to simply traverse the tree towards the left till we reach null. Similarly, if I wish to take the maximum in a binary search tree, I'll start from the root and traverse the right pointer till we reach null. So we have to traverse till the left of a node becomes null in order to get the minimum. Similarly, we have to traverse till a node whose right becomes null in order to get the maximum value. So the procedure for these two functions, they are very simple. We are simply accepting the root in both the cases, and then if we wish to find the minimum, we have to iterate till left pointer does not becomes null. So moment we reach a node whose left is equals to null, then we have to return that node. So in this case, we will start with 15. Left of 15 is null. No, it is equals to 6. Left of 6 is null. No, it is equals to 3. Left of 3 is null. No, it is equals to 2. Left of 2 is null. Yes, so return true. In a similar way, if we wish to find the maximum, we will start with a node and we have to update the x to right of x till it reaches null. So we will start with 15. Right of 15 is null. No, it is equals to 18. Right of 18 is null. No. Right of 20 is null. Yes. So stop and return 20. So this is all about for today. Rest we have to discuss the successor and predecessor functions in binary search tree, and after that we have to discuss the insertion and deletion operation. So we will have a look at these procedures in the next sessions. Thank you.